Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. I'm Rhonda and this is a little bit of everything homestead if you're new here. Today we are going to do something so fun. I have been seeing this seed starting technique all over the social medias. TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. So I wanted to give it a try because I think it's going to be super easy to do, and if it works, it is going to save me so much room in those tiny little greenhouses that I got on Amazon. Those big, like those trays are so big and they take up so much room. So I can only fit like 1 or 2 trays on a rack. So if this technique works, I am going to be able to start a ton of seeds in a very small amount of room. So the seeds that I picked for this seed starting technique, I picked Morning Glories because, let's face it, these are the easiest seeds to start. I could take this pack and just go outside and sprinkle it on the ground and they would probably germinate. So I wanted something that I had like a 50-50 chance of having success in. And then I picked chamomile. I've wanted to start chamomile for years. It's good for tea. They're cute little flowers. I don't know if they're easy to germinate or not, but I thought, why not try? So the seed starting technique that we're gonna try is seed snails. I have just some paper. This paper I got from Amazon. It came in the Amazon boxes when I made an order, and then they ship it. It's the shipping paper. So that is what I'm going to use. I've seen some people use that plastic windowsill barrier stuff, or I've seen some women have taken like Walmart bags and tied them together and rolled them. I don't really want to use plastic. And this brown paper, I think, is biodegradable. It'll probably break down as I'm watering it, waiting for my seeds to germinate. So I thought it was probably a better choice than plastic. So basically I have this brown paper. I have some potting soil that I got wet, and you can form a ball. You want it moist enough where you can form it, like it'll hold its shape. And then all we're gonna do is fill this brown paper and then stick the seeds in. So let me turn you around and let's get started. Okay, like I said, I have my wet soil here, and I'm just going to put it on the paper, and we're gonna try and keep it about halfway. Can you see here, let me move this back. Do you see how long the paper is? I want the soil to come right here, halfway. So I am just going to pack the dirt in like this. And go in a place where you can afford to get it dirty, because this is kind of the messy process here. There, so I'm just gonna keep going like that. Can you see it? Hang on. There we go. This is definitely a better angle. So I'm just going to take the dirt halfway down, and then I'm going to go all the way across the paper. And then I'm going to fold this bottom part up, and then we'll roll it. All right, I think I'm going to leave a space at the end of this paper for the rolling, so it doesn't have dirt all the way to the end here and then it spills out. And I didn't go all the way up to the tippy top of the paper, because once I have the snail rolled up, I can fill the top where I put the seeds. I can fill that with dirt if it needs more. And I'm just kind of playing with it and getting it kind of straight. And then we're going to take it and fold it up like that. All right, let me turn you around so you can see it close up. Okay, this is what the dirt looks like. And then we are just going to take the bottom part of this and fold it up. So it goes across, all the way across. And then once I start rolling, this bottom part will hold in the dirt. And then this will be the top part where you put the seeds in. All right, let's roll. Let's start the rolling process and see how it goes. I'm gonna start at this end and just kind of hold the paper in as I roll, because you want this bottom part to stay flat. So you gotta kind of roll and pull, because the paper definitely wants to move. So just take your time. And just roll, keep rolling, keep holding, keep rolling. Try and keep this bottom part flat. So far, so good, I guess. All right, we're almost to the end. All right, here we go. Oh my gosh, look at that. Look at how big it is. Okay, I am definitely gonna have to come in here and fill in with dirt. Let's see if I can show you how it looks so far. I will have to fill those up with dirt a little bit more. Oh, I forgot my rubber band. You want to take like a rubber band or some tape because you'll have this end piece like this. So you want a rubber band or some tape to hold this shut. So let me grab that quick. Okay, all I could find was one rubber band. So just for the sake of showing you how to do it, I will put this on here. You should really have, because it's so big, you should really have two. But I could only find one, so one is what you get. You'll get the idea, right? So you just want to take your rubber band and put it on here so it holds this piece together. And then you should, like I said, you should have another one down here to hold it shut. But I only have one, so that's what we're going to start with. Okay, now I think I'm just going to take some soil and I'm just going to fill in a little bit more dirt in between the little rolls. It shouldn't really take much dirt at all. I'm just going to sprinkle it in. You just want to give those little seeds enough dirt and light, so it doesn't have to be to the tippy top, All right. I think that's pretty good. We got enough little spaces for our little morning glories. So far, it's been really easy, you guys. If this works, it's gonna be so fun. There, I think that's enough dirt. See the little snail? Looks like a snail shell. Isn't that fun? Okay, let me rinse my hands and then I will do the seeds. Okay, I think I'm going to start with the chamomile seeds, and I'm going to do in the middle and then like the first circle, and then I will take the morning glory seeds and do the outside. I'm sure people, when they do this, they do the whole snail all one thing, but I don't want to do, well, I guess I could do all morning glories, but I don't want to do another one. I only want to do one as an experiment to see how it works. So maybe I should just do all morning glories. Let's do all morning glories in one seed snail. And then if it works, then I'll do more. The point of this, I think, is it saves room, like it's very compact. And the roots, when they grow, instead of growing in those little like plastic seed starting pots, and they grow like in a circle or they hit the wall and they grow up, this little seed can grow all the way down. So they're growing straight down. So the roots are the seed is planted up here and the roots grow all the way down. So it's supposed to make like a stronger root base for the plant. It saves on space in your greenhouse. I don't know, I just think it's fun. If all of those things are true, then it's a bonus. But I thought, why not try it? You know, and then it, like I said, you don't have to buy all those little plastic pots, you know, and you don't have to store those plastic pots at the end of the season. You know, storage, when we were at the other house, storage was a huge thing for me. So if this works, just think of like all the seeds that you could start with very little material, very little effort, and at the end of the day, when you take the little seeds out, because once the seeds like sprout and it's time to like transplant them or up pot them, you can just take this brown paper and throw it away. Like it's not, oh shoot, pay attention. Okay, I'm headed this way. It isn't something that, you know, then you have to clean up and put into storage. You can just put it in the compost pile and call it a day. So it's technically, I think it's a little bit better than using those little plastic pots, you know? And it gives you a healthier plant because the roots are going straight down. I don't know, we'll see. I thought it was kind of a cool concept. So I'm just going along. I'm following the circle of the, you know, the pattern. And I'm just putting I'm dropping my morning glory seeds in probably every inch or two. And I'm not going to water this because, like I said, I pre-moistened the soil when I started the seed snail. So I will just get a little spray bottle and I will spray the little seeds, or I will definitely water it from the top. Like I will take my watering can and water it from the top, because look at how wet it's getting already from just the potting soil being wet. So hopefully these little seeds sprout before, now I picked that up and I turned it, so I don't know where my last seed was. Shoot. So hopefully it'll hold together. And these little seeds will sprout out before it starts breaking down. We'll see. I mean, if it doesn't work, there's really nothing lost but a couple of morning glory seeds. And like I said, they're so easy to grow. You can harvest morning glory seeds from morning glories from the last year. Like they're such a hardy little plant. It's like a weed. They're kind of hard to kill. All right, I think let's do a little bit more just to make sure that we got the whole snail. Awesome. And I am just going to stick this in a dry tray inside the greenhouse. And I'm just going to, I think in the beginning, I will mist the top because I don't want to pour like a whole bunch of water in here because this bag does get pretty, or this brown paper does get pretty wet. So I think I will mist it in the beginning. I'm just kind of plugging these seeds in all over the place now because I want them all to sprout and germinate. So I'm putting them everywhere. What was I saying? Watering. I was talking about watering. Yeah, I'm just going to mist it because I think this brown paper will break down if I do like a flow of water from a watering can. So there you go. That's it, you guys. Look. There is my very first seed snail that I planted with morning glories. So let's put it in a tray and put it in the greenhouse. All right, I couldn't find one of those generic little garden trays. So I'm going to use this pretty plate instead because who says that it has to be a ugly little garden tray? It can be a pretty plate. Look at that. All right, let's stick it in the greenhouse. Do you guys remember when I planted those little asparagus seeds that I harvested? Look, let me stand. Can you see them now? Look at how they're growing. And I have another, hang on. I have another bunch and they are going crazy. Look at them. They're growing. How cool is that? All right, so this light here, this shelf here, I have a light right here. So I'm gonna take this little guy and I'm gonna stick him right in the middle. And then I'm just gonna, with some water, and fingers crossed, the seeds germinate. How fun is that? It wasn't hard, it was fairly easy. I didn't need a ton of stuff to make it. I found stuff that I had here on hand. I had morning glory seeds, and like I said, I got that brown paper out of my Amazon box, so that was super easy. How fun. Thanks for hanging out with me today, you guys, as I made my very first seed snail. I will keep you posted on how it holds up and how the little seeds germinate. I will do probably a deck update soon too because the weather this weekend is supposed to be like middle 60s, high 60s. So I'm sure Scott's going to want to get out there and finish it up. So until then, you guys, I hope you're having a great day. I hope the sun is shining where you are, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye, friends.